So, tonight, we are going to talk about some things that have really just been eating up inside me for so long. 8 months, to be in fact. 8 months. 8 months now. And, it's time just... enough's enough. But we'll get to that at the end of the stream, because I don't plan to be on too long. I've already tried doing this video like 3 times. I figure this is the best way to do it. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, for your consideration and your... Well, I'm talking to myself right now, but in the future, maybe someone will watch the video and be like, hey, good stuff, dude. But, let's talk about some things. Let's talk about some of the things for the past 8 months or so. Not that I've really been paying attention, really watching your channel at all, because I really don't want to kind of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, kind of, perpetuate that, I really don't want to get the satisfaction of another view. But doesn't mean I don't have close friends and colleagues, relatives, who do watch her videos and do hear the stuff she's saying. And of course I hear about it, and I'm sure I catch clips here and there. I watch some. The reason why I made this video was because the last video she made, it was done 4 days ago. It was called, Rantin' for Grew. It's bitchin'. And so I watched it, and I watched all 26 minutes. And oof, that was the longest I've been able to be in, Usually I turn her videos off halfway through. I can't listen to it because it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. There is so much fucking bullshit. So that's what I'm going to devote this little live stream to. We'll call it the Truth and Lies of ShannyForChrist. We'll start with the truth. Yes, we are divorced. She is my ex-wife. So that's truth number 1. So I'm her ex-husband. So when she's ex-husband Chris, that's Ch8fe the Odd. Yeehaw! Prefer Ch8fe the Odd though. 2. I cheated. Yeah, We'll get that out in the open. Get that out of the way. Yep, I cheated. And was it the right thing to do? No. It was not. It was a poor choice. And seriously, I would tell everyone, don't cheat. Your spouse, that's not the way to go. I'm not going to, justify it. I'm not going to say, hey, it was okay, but it was her fault. No. A lot of things led up to that moment. A lot of things led up to the moment. Unless you know the true story. Now, I can only tell you my side. And you've heard half, which I'll say about a quarter of that half is the actual true events. And the one about me cheating is, unfortunately, it's one of the truths. Now, let's go into some of the lies. Right. Lies. Lie number 1. What was lie number 1? I had 6 lies in my last video I made up. I don't care about the boys. I didn't think about the boys. I don't love the boys. Whatever. We'll start there. Because even in my last video I made, she's like, how dare you talk about, how dare you and wants you here? And I really don't give a damn if no one wants me here or not. I'm here for myself and my own gratification, giving the record straight, which I feel I have the right to do. And so I'm going to try to set the record straight. At least give a more clear picture and let you decide from what she says, what I say. And of course the account's going to be different, but here's not the point. But I don't miss the boys, don't love the boys. That is, nothing could be farther from the truth. The last 8 months of our relationship were pretty rocky, and I will go into that a little bit later on in the video. I have this all planned out. This is part 1. Clearing some of the records on some of the things she said. But the fact I don't miss the boys is that's an outright lie. Yes, I realize that it's my fault that I can't see them. It was my decision. It was my choice that I can't be part of their lives no more. And I'll have to live with that for the rest of my life. And I recognize that. And that sucks. You don't even know. Like, for the last 6 years of my life, those boys, I gave up everything for those boys to make sure they can come home to Shanny and me. After when Shan lost custody. Honestly, if I wasn't involved in the picture at all, I really don't think she'd get her kids back. I'm not trying to be like spiteful or mean. I just think matter of factly, she would not have gotten the kids back if it wasn't for me. You know, and I'm not gloating my horn. Matter of factly, for where I'm sitting now, and that's how I look at it. Number 2, I lost my job at Super One because of meth. You know, and I find this interesting because her last ex, it was cocaine, and me, it's meth. So I really, really question. Let me tell you why I no longer work at Super One, where I used to work. It was because I was moving out of West Duluth, and it didn't make much sense to work in West Duluth when I was going to live in East Duluth. And then I found my own place, my apartment I'm in now. I found that. And it's pretty darn close to work too. So it really made, and I wasn't making very much money there. I'm still making more at where I'm at now. But, you know, that's why I left. I mean, honestly, if I wanted to, I can walk in there right now and get my job back. In 4 or 5 departments, most likely. Very easily. So, that's bullshit. I don't do meth. I've never done meth. That's all I can say. I think it'd be pretty fucking obvious. I don't smoke meth. You know, I don't have the scabs and the traditional markings of a meth head, you know. No, I don't. I have all my teeth. I can't be said for shame. Oh, low blow. Something's going down. I don't want to. Come on now. I don't want. Come on. Okay. Burp. Oh. Come on. Go away. Oh, beauty king. I don't think you see that. All right. Stupid pop-ups. Okay. So where was I? So ShannyForChrist. No. Go away. No. Okay. Cancel. Everyone stop. Everyone chill out. Calm down, Fountain. I don't know what's going on. All right, where were we? I was making a video. Hopefully that doesn't show up. I'm going to have to go in the 8 minutes, so I might have to edit this video down. We will figure that out later, though. Hope that didn't show up on my phone. The downside of using your phone as your recording device. But I don't think it's a screen recorder. I think it's just using my camera. So, it's just record my camera. Anyways, when no one's really freaking watching anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, so another untruth is that it was a long time ago, but I'll bring it out there. She said there was a bill. We had our lights, power electric turned off. That was true. We did get our electric turned off. She said she had no idea that I was just taking her money and just spending it on, well, her story was meth or whatever the frig she says it was. And I'm like, seriously, come on. You know where your money went. You know exactly where your money went. You knew about the bill and you weren't. We were struggling, no doubt. Struggle's real. There's no shame in admitting that. No shame in admitting that. But instead, you wanted to put the blame on me. Which is fine. You're entitled to your opinion. That's like your opinion, man. That's not how it went down. Number 4. You know, honestly, it's not really a lie. It's just a whole bunch of things in that last video she made that, or it wasn't even last, it was 4 days ago. 4 days ago she made this video. And she was saying, what the hell was she saying? She was saying how she took all these people into her house and she fed them and she did this. Well, since I was paying for the first majority of our marriage, I was paying for damn near all of it. All of my money went to supporting my family, which I did it. I did it through the whole marriage. I was only unemployed for 1 whole week during my whole marriage. I think it's a pretty damn good run of unemployment there. I think that's pretty good of me holding a job. I don't know about you. I tell you, this is a lot to talk about. This is just like eating me up. 8 months of content. But it was me. She is not a very patient person. And she's not a very nice person all the time. I realize that she's got her, her PTSD and her emotion dysregulation disorder, whatever it is. And that's all good and dandy. But, that sounds a lot like making excuses for your actions, which you condemn all of us for doing. I mean, no longer does your gospel include repentance. It's just either you go to hell. I mean, I'm an adulterer. I go to hell. And how do you know that I'm going to go to hell? ShannyForChrist. How do you know that? How do you know anyone you know is going to hell? You don't know that. I'm not going to pretend to know that. I think it's pretty sad. I mean, that really bothers me about about a lot of these Christians out there. And I'm not going to lie, is that they have no remorse over people going to hell that doesn't, there's matter of fact, you're going to hell. Ta-da. How's the weather? It's raining. Ta-da. You're going to hell. Ta-da. I don't give a shit. And that's kind of sick if you ask me. It's a little sick. Wasn't Jesus' message to promote love? And I mean, I come to a completely different understanding of how it works. It's getting off the great internet, getting off and actually living life and, meditating and thinking about things and hindsight. And, our lives should be what brings people to Christ, not the threat of hell. The way we live our lives and the stuff we do should make us stand out, that we don't have to spell out the words of the book. They will be shown through our actions. And I'm not saying I'm a great example of it. I am not a good example. I'm the worst example. But that's the truth. Not hearers, but doers. Doers. That's it. Don't just be hearers. That's a lot of you are just hearers of the word. You hear the word. You read the word. You don't do the word. But we're not going to go all Bible on here. I just, for old time's sakes. I'm not going to get too Christian on you, But I just want to say you're just too eager for people to go to hell. And that's a big problem I've always had with you. I've always had with you. And now I'm going to hell. And, maybe I am. I don't think I am. I'm not going to spend my life worrying about whether I'm going to go to heaven or hell. I put my faith in Jesus. And I believe. And I try to be as good as I can. I screw up and I fuck up. But I don't see where, yes, I've sinned. I had an affair. I was an adulterer. I had an adulterous relationship. So did you. Maybe not my example of a adulterous relationship. But you were, there was Wayne. I told you not to talk to him because I didn't trust him, and we both knew that you were attracted to him. You even confessed that to me, and I said, well, you probably shouldn't talk to him. But you did, and then what happened? I'm not going to say online because I have a little more respect than that, but you know exactly what happened. You know what happened. And if you guys want to know, just you can ask her. She'll remember. So, and then there was Jason, which you were talking to for hours, even if I was in the room. Hours and hours and hours and hours. But if I sent a message to one female colleague, I was cheating. I was a cheater. And that's why you lost the boys in the first place. Because I was a cheater. He even accused me of cheating with on your video. But how could that be when you were always home? How would I have had time to cheat on? It doesn't make much sense, does it? And I wouldn't have done that with Don, because I wouldn't do her like that. Which is fine. It's none of my business. Teach their own. I'm just a man by what he likes. Hell yeah, guys! Thumbs up! Woohoo! Thank you! Alright, so, we're going on. So, I guess we're going to start writing these things down. So, besides me having an affair with Shan, what brought about the chain of events? You guys rock. What brought around the chain of events that came to the end of our relationship? And here's what it was. July 4th. I was at work, doing what I always do, working. She was at home, sleeping on the couch because she was working overnights. The boys were doing the boys' things. Right? Thank you. I'm not going to go in. I don't want to really point fingers because I'm guilty of, as I said, I'm guilty of adultery, so I really don't want to get too much for it. But no, you're right. I mean, people don't cheat. Just don't. It's not good. But, take that from a guy who knows. The guilt is real. So I was at work and I get a phone call from my brother. Well, yeah, he's calling my cell phone, blowing my cell phone, but my phone is in my locker because I don't keep my phone on me. They call me to the front desk. I talk to my brother. Shannon's going to jail. Why is Shannon going to jail? He's like, you need to come home. Shannon's going to jail. They want you to take care of the boys. So, got my ass home. She, apparently they had an altercation he had a dog, Waldo, and he was barking at a skunk, squirrel, rabbit, random kid walking by, whatever dogs bark at. And, she was starting to lose her temper. She's pretty cranky when she doesn't get her sleep. We all know this. So she was, and then Jake said something. Amen, man. JJ Long, you got it. He is ever loving. That's the message that people need to remember. That God is ever loving, and He will take you where you are. You don't have to, you don't have to act like these jackasses on the internet. You don't. You don't act like me. But, so they got in a heated argument. She decided she was done. She wanted to kick him out before because we got in a fight and he got in the middle of it. She didn't like the fact that he got in the middle of one of our fights. So anyway, I wasn't there. She grabbed him by the shoulders, and shoved him out our screen door, out our porch, and then tried to shove him between the fence and the railing of our porch. There were witnesses to this. He had bruises on his shoulders. And as I said earlier in the video, dogs don't have thumbprints. So her accusations of him doing it to himself or him having his dog do it in the time the police were there, I don't think so. It doesn't add up. And in fact, when she called me from jail, what was she worried about? Was she worried about the boys? How I was? No. First thing she said to me was, "Hi, Chris. Jake's trying to steal the house from us." What the fuck? That's what you want to waste your one phone call on? To tell me that my brother's trying to steal the house and that's why you're in jail? Really? Are you kidding me? That was right there. Come on, guys. No one can be that gullible. The point is, she did these things. And at this point, what am I supposed to do? I mean, am I next? What happens when she gets mad at me? She's already freaking hit me in the past. What made me think that it wouldn't escalate to that again? And she says, well, that's paranoia. Well, that's paranoia for you to think that everyone's going to betray you now, isn't it? But you justify that. You justify that because everyone betrays you. But what about your acts of betrayal? You don't want to talk about them. You want to say you were a good person, that you're the moral standpoint for we should all follow. And then you're making more predictions about the future. Oh, but do we remember that Trump's supposed to be the Antichrist? He's going to be the Emperor of America. When is my question, you know? And, you know, the Bible does strictly teach that if a prophet speaks falsely, they are not to be regarded to again. Because you were wrong in the first place. What makes you don't think you're going to be wrong about this? You're putting 5 to 10 years on this. We were supposed to be gone 4 years ago. About 2 years ago. It was supposed to be in the other world for you. But it didn't happen. You've fallen for the hype like every other time you've fallen for the hype. And yeah, that was nitpicky. That was douchey. Yeah, I went there. And I don't care. Because I'm Ch8fe the fucking on. And I do what I want. And I'm sorry if my language offends you. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm really not. So I do apologize if my language does be offensive. And if it does, please, you know, go ahead. I will try to. If there's enough people on here to cuss, I will be a good boy. I won't cuss. You know, I don't want to push anyone away. But anyways, you know, that's it. You know, and yeah. So then she was in jail. I cheated. She lost her mind, tried to kill herself in front of her boys, I may add. I mean, I shouldn't say shit like that, but matter of fact, it was, you know, they saw the whole thing. And so, you know, I've been silent. And I've been silent. But it's come to the point where it's not just even about me. That's fine. If you want to talk shit about me, you can talk shit about me in the face. Don't be surprised if I come around again and make another video about you, ShannyForChrist. You know I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of you or your freaking henchmen that you got believe that you got this special gift. You know, I'm not worried about that anymore. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Stop talking shit about my family, my brother, my sister, my mom. It's not needed. It's not wanted. It's not warranted. They have nothing to do with this. Your problem is with me. It was my choice. So I'd appreciate if you leave them out of this from now on. I think I'm being reasonable making my demand. You can talk all the mad shit you want about me. I'm not worried about it. But I'm not going to sit around here when you talk shit about my family. Because you know what? You got to look at your decisions that you made and look at them from other people's perspective. But you can't do that. And I pray that Jason does good for you. I pray that you get that you soon get the help you need. Because if this is your outlet is YouTube, there's something wrong. I mean, you're just airing your dirty laundry for anyone to see. So I really hope that he succeeds where I failed, where I should have listened to every one of those people that said, you know, dude, you're neglecting your job as a husband. She's not well. And they were right. And for those people out there, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you guys. You were right. And did I handle the situation properly? No, I didn't do it properly. I should have been man about it. And so, you know what? This ain't working no more. You insulted my brother. You're out. Sorry. I mean, unfortunately, the boys having to go was an unfortunate, you know, just what it was an inevitability. I had no custody. I had no say. But I think fondly of them, and I know that, you know, I'll always be available. They'll find me someday if they want to. And if they don't, I understand. But, you know, thank you guys for bouncing in there. I'm about to call it a night, but I really do appreciate you guys checking on and those couple guys hitting that like button. Try not to be a stranger, guys. You have a good night, and I will see you next time. And I promise it will be before 8 months from now. Because you know what? It's good to be back.